Hi, everyone. My name is Eileen Richardson, and I work in the Middle School Learning Center as the lead learning specialist and dyslexia therapist. I'm here today to talk about our accommodations that are technologically based and how we're using them in our learning center. So, accommodations are meant to remove hurdles in learning and assessment. This is a typical IAP that you should all be familiar with. You receive one when your child is enrolled in Learning Center. Our highlighted accommodations are technologically based. These are given to students with certain diagnoses like dyslexia and dysgraphia. It gives things like note taking assistance with access to technology, test assistance with reading, assistive technology for reading in the classroom, dictation for writing. We're always looking for ways to help students with dyslexia in the classroom. We know that everyone wants to understand and be understood, but we all don't learn the same way. So, for our students with dyslexia, reading and writing can be a challenge. This is why we want to ensure that all of our students have equal opportunities to learn and thrive. The first way we've done this is through oral administration for tests. We do this through a program called OrbitNote, which is a website where you can upload documents, but it's also a Chrome extension. It turns PDF files into readable documents for students. It takes any handout and allows students to scan it in and have the text read, and it also allows them to answer through voice dictation or typing. We'll look at this in a moment, but this is what our typical testing day looks like in Learning Center, both in our middle and upper schools. Students come in, they grab a computer. For our middle school students, for our upper, they bring in their own computer. At that point, they access the Google document that was specifically marked for them. They grab a headset, they go ahead and listen to whatever text they desire to have read to them. They also provide answers through typing in or, again, voice dictation. So let's take a look. Okay, so when our students go ahead and start a test, what they can do is they can have this read to them. Now, unfortunately, could hit play on this, but you won't be able to hear it. But what they would do is go ahead and highlight text. They hit play. Okay, and text is read to them. If they need to answer and they're strictly doing the test all online, they can use a pen to write online, or there's a type in option for short answers, longer answers, paragraphs, etc. Okay, how about daily in-class assignments? Well, for our students in lower and middle school, we use Snap and Read. Snap and Read is an application-based program, and as we are an iPad-based learning platform in our lower and middle, we use this a lot. So Snap and Read allows students to make a real-time decision when an assignment or a page is handed out if they need additional assistance. So, what they will do is they will take a picture of any document they're given in class with the Notes app. They will then upload that picture that was taken into their Google Drive. This allows them to access these documents and continue to work on them both at home and at school. They then use Snap and Read to open it. That document can be read to them. They can speak in answers. They can type directly onto the document. So it allows for a lot of personal choice about what assistance is needed. Okay, for our high school and beyond. And I say beyond here because technological accommodations are common to be offered in colleges. So we're really striving to help students not only become comfortable with these accommodations, but also to prepare themselves for college and be successful in high school as they're learning. So, what we're using for our high school students is Read and Write. This is a web based reading support both for websites and for Google Docs. What this does is provides areas of assistance and comprehension, which is text to speech, which was hearing text read aloud. They can select any text on any websites to be read to them so they can focus on listening to content rather than decoding. Screen masking just has them focus in on areas they're reading. Vocabulary is done through dictionary and picture dictionary, providing definition, sample sentence, just if students are needing clarification on vocab as they're reading. Translator translates words in over 90 different languages as well. Writing support is offered. Predictive text is given when students are writing when they select that option. Also, Talk and Type allows students to record speech and transform what they say into written text. And our last highlighted feature that I'd like to talk about is Check It. This reviews words for incorrect spelling, grammar, and punctuation, along with sound-alike or phonetic spelling errors. Now, even though this is a high school used program right now, all of our students that are enrolled in LLC that have the technological accommodation option are permitted to use Read and Write. They have an account and they can use that at home. And they can also, right now in LLC, our 8th grade is learning how to use it in our LLC program on our computers because, again, it is a computer-based, not iPad-based support system. So let's take a look. Okay, if my student is doing some research on World War II and I come across the Britannica site, the first thing I'm going to want to do is to click on my Read and Write tab to get my great toolbar to come up. Let's do that again. Okay, there we go. All right, the first thing I would do is I want to simplify this. There's so much going on with ads and just a lot of distractions. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to just simplify this page. So let me simplify it. I'm going to get rid of the ads and different things that might be distracting. There we go. Okay. The next thing that I would do, if needed, as I'm reading this, I can have it read aloud to me, so I can highlight, have it read by hitting the play button. The other thing I can do is hit rewordify, which takes some of the more difficult vocabulary and simplifies it. So you can see that it changed the words that are in italics to words that are easier to read and understand. It clarifies for you. I could also change it back to see what exactly was it changed from. A great feature of this that I'd like to point out is, especially as kids are doing a lot of research in high school. So, World War II, if I were using this site and I wanted to highlight particular facts and information, but I wanted to remember that this was a source where I had found this, what I would go ahead and do is maybe I'd highlight dates in yellow, and in green, I would highlight names and important places in pink. In the end, after I had highlighted everything I needed on this document, I'd hit my roundup, and what it would do was create a Google document for me, and it would reference back to this particular Britannica site with a link so that I can get back to that site when needed when I'm about to write my paper. So there's a lot of super handy things that come along with Read and Write. If I were to go into a Google Doc, just to touch on our last point, we have the check feature over here, which goes through and checks your grammar, checks your punctuation, but importantly for our students with dyslexia, checks that capitalizations are in the right place. We know that's a struggle. So I hope that you have understood a little bit more about what we're doing in the technology space here for our students. And if you have any questions at all, or you are unsure about anything I talked about or wanted more information, please feel free to reach out. You can reach out to your LLC representatives. You can also reach out to me as well. And we look forward to hearing from you all and appreciate your time.